guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about breast cancer awareness. Now I know in the title it says probably something along the lines of wearable pink makeup tutorial, which this will be, but before we kind of get into it, I just wanted to say a little bit about breast cancer. So about a month ago I was contacted by the Bloggers Lounge, who are working closely with Breast Cancer Care. They are one of the largest breast cancer charities in the UK. I think actually they're like the only specialist breast cancer charity that are UK wide, but basically they're working together to get as many bloggers and YouTubers together to really raise awareness about the Big Pink, which is a campaign going on all the way through October. So October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Breast Cancer Care specifically are doing a big campaign all around the colour pink. So the idea is you can do whatever you want, whether it's baking, pink makeup, you can create a big event, it's completely up to you, but the idea is to really fundraise and make as much awareness as we can around breast cancer. Now, breast cancer is actually the most common cancer in the UK, and it's one that has touched my life already. So not myself personally, but my mum was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was in university, and she has been through treatment, and luckily now she's fit and healthy and in remission. Now, I'm actually very honoured to have been asked to kind of join the troops and make as much noise about breast cancer as possible, and so I'm going to be filming this video. There's also going to be an interview with my mum on my blog, so if you're interested in having a read of that, then I'll leave links to that down below, and these are all going to be going up in the month of October naturally. So I'm going to get started on the makeup tutorial. So first things first, my good old classic Embryolisse Lait Creme Concentrate just all over my face. Just a couple of things really on breast cancer. So in kind of readiness for this video, I did a bit of research, and before mum's diagnosis I didn't really know that much about breast cancer, to be honest. I mean, I knew it existed, but I didn't really know the prevalence or the survival rates. I didn't really know much about it at all. But actually, as I said earlier, it's the most common cancer in the UK. The lifetime risk of developing it is actually 1 in 8, and that is, a lot of people, an awful lot of people. I think it's something like just over 60,000 people in the UK every year are diagnosed with breast cancer. Just on the makeup look, I'm going to go in now with my Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation, and I love this because with this makeup look it is going to be very pink eyes, pink cheeks, you want a really good neutral base. So this is quite full coverage. I'm going in with a damp Miracle Complexion sponge, and I'm just going to bounce this all over the skin. So makeup wise, pink is something that's really been on trend for quite a while now actually, and when I decided I was going to film this video, I really had a good rummage through my collection to see what pink I had. So what we're going to do today is, as I say, a very neutral base, but I've got some really wearable pink shades that I'm going to do because as great as a pink makeup look is, I want it to be wearable, so if you want to recreate it, you can. On the eyes, I'm going to start quite natural, and then there'll be a point at which it might cross over. So I've actually gone quite old school and picked up a Creme Dazzle dust, if you remember those. I absolutely loved those when I was growing up. I've got a really good pink colour, so I might use that at the end just for a bit of extra wow. So I'm going to use my trusty Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit. I love this. I'm just going to brush through my brows and add a little bit more definition. So now I've done my brows, I'm going to move on to eyes using one of my favourite drugstore palettes. It's the Collection Eyes Uncovered palette, and it is the Matte Nude Rose version. I'm going to start with this dusky, is it dusky or dusty? I'm not sure. That pink there. And I'm going to take that all over my eyelid using a Morphe MB20 brush. So in actual fact, I've taken it slightly higher than my lid. Just going to use a blending brush, another Morphe one, just to soften those edges and make it a little bit more delicate. One of the things that I really realised when I was looking for products is that I don't have that many pink eyeshadows, but I do have a lot of blushes. So I'm going to try and get a little bit creative with some of my pink blushes as well, before I go on to that Creme Dazzle dust. So next up, I'm going to use Benefit Dandelion in this Cheekathon palette, it's this one here. And it is that universal blush shade that just suits everybody. So I'm hoping it's the same on the eyes. And I'm just going to focus on the crease, just adding another tone to that pink. Right, how are we looking? I think that needs to come under the eye as well, doesn't it? It's nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is actually move on to the brightest pink I own. It's the Urban Decay and Disney Alice in Wonderland palette. So these are the colours you get. This pink, this beautiful fuchsia colour, is called Cake. So what I'm going to do is run a little bit, a very fine amount through the socket. Right, let's go for a Charlotte Tilbury blending brush. I literally swirled the brush. Can you see how much has come off? Wow, okay. Maybe a little bit lighter again. So let's tap off a lot of excess. This is one of those colours that if it's not even, you'll be able to tell a mile away. So let's soften this up a bit. I'm going to switch to a clean blending brush. Again, it's another Morphe one. Can you tell I like Morphe brushes? This is the B81. Right, I think we need that underneath as well, don't we? It's a bit top heavy at the moment. Or maybe I'll persevere and then we'll see what it looks like once we've got mascara on. I'm really liking this so far. I mean, this isn't your everyday look, but it's still wearable, I would say. So I've got this little beautiful pot of Barry M Dazzle Dust in the shade 7. This is the moment this is going to go everywhere. Really can't spill this. Have a little look. Wow, look at that. It's beautiful. Tapped off the excess and I'm just going to dab it in the centre of my lid. Oh, I really like this. So I'm going to go back into my Complexion palette now and use this brown to actually line my lashes. So it's not necessarily meant to look like a full eyeliner, but I just want to thicken up my lashes before I put on mascara, basically. So I've got a Real Techniques hard angle brush and I'm just going to drag that along the lash line. For mascara, I've got 2 to choose from. I picked 2 pink mascaras, the only pink mascaras that I have. So I've got Too Faced Better Than Sex and Rimmel Wonderfully Real. Now I prefer this mascara, so I'm going to go with this first. If you have tried this mascara and you didn't get on board with it, I would recommend trying the version in the blue tube, which is the same formula but the waterproof version, because occasionally when I use this, it really prints under my eyes. And then other times it's completely fine. So I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this. Right, I am going to take a bit of colour underneath the lashes, just very, very, very gently. And I'm going to use the pink that's in the Urban Decay palette again, this really bright colour. And I'm going to just line the outer corner of my eye, so nothing too dramatic, but I need a bit of colour under there, I think. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. Right, so those are the eyes done, I think. I'm going to go with Complexion Lasting Perfection Concealer under my eyes and around my nose. So I'm just going to add a little bit of a triangle underneath my eyes, around my nose, and on a couple of blemishes. And again, with the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, I'm just going to pat that in. When you're going underneath, just be careful of that pink underneath your eye. Need a bit of warmth in my face. I think I look a little bit pasty. In fact, I'm sure I look a bit pasty. So, on with some bronzer, and then let's go for it with some blush. So I'm going to use Hoola bronzer. So just get comfy. Right, Hoola bronzer on my brush. Take off the excess. Take it down the chin. So for blush, I did bring out the Illamasqua, what's it called? The cream blusher in Dixie, which I adore. But because I use Dandelion on my eyes, I'm going to try and tie it all in together a bit and just pop a little bit of that on my cheeks. Just because if you've got a lot of the same colour in different tones, it's quite nice to have a little bit of consistency. So I'm just going to pop this on the apples of my cheeks, nothing too dramatic. I'm really loving this, actually. Not that I don't like pink at all, I love pink, but I've just never really worn this much pink on my eyes before. Right, so that's enough blush, I think. So when I knew I was filming this, I had a bit of a debate with myself about what I was going to do on my eyes, but I knew straight away what I was doing on lips, and it's these two. So this is the MAC lip pencil in Rosy Rim, and this is a Lipstick Queen lip crayon. What's the actual colour? In Catalina, and I love this. I've had this for maybe a year or two now, I can't actually remember, but it's on the blog. There's swatches of the whole collection on my blog, and I love it. It's so balmy, it's beautiful. So I'm just going to line my lips with this MAC pencil. And this is one of those shades, really hard to talk when you line your lips, isn't it? It's one of those shades that is completely wearable for any occasion. It's a great day-to-day one, but if you want it under a really deep colour, it makes a great base as well. Right, now I've lined my lips. You could very easily leave that as your look and just put a gloss or some balm over the top. And I love this colour, you can see why, it's beautiful. But I am going to go ahead with this. And it's a little twist up crayon, and I'm just going to pop it over the top. So guys, this is the final look. What do we think? I really like it. This was all about having a bit of fun and playing around with the colour pink and makeup and not taking it too seriously. So whether this would be as out of your comfort zone as it is mine, or whether you wear pink all the time, let me know in the comments what you think. And obviously this video wasn't just meant to be a makeup tutorial, it was all about raising awareness for breast cancer care, who are a fabulous charity and do incredible work, and also Breast Cancer Awareness Month as a whole. So what I'd love to know is what you've got planned to support the cause, whether you're doing something in work, whether you're going to film your own video, or if it's just simply something like going to buy your Christmas cards on the Breast Cancer Care website. It would be great if we could all get in it together. And as I mentioned at the start, my interview with my mum will be on my blog at some point this month, so if you'd like to have a read of that, please do click down below and follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and that way you definitely won't miss out on it at all. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all very soon, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.